Just keep doing you. As long as you're having fun, do something fun for yourself or with somebody that you care about every single day or for somebody else.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon, Krista Rizzo. Previously, episode 228 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast, we spoke 2 years, 8 months, 9 days, 3 hours and 45 minutes ago.
If we all created an atmosphere in our homes and in our lives of positivity and support and encouragement and compassion and generosity, that's what really is going to change this world.
Well, we are here now today. Krista, how are you doing?
My gosh, that 2 years and the whole countdown is crazy. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in now? Is it the same place when we first spoke?
Still in the same place. I'm in New York City. I live in Brooklyn. My kids actually get out of school in the next 2 days, so we will be heading up to our lake house in Connecticut for the summer. So we leave on Wednesday. So I'm packing up the house here and getting ready to spend our summer on the lake, enjoying our vacation.
What's up with parenting and relationship coaching? Is that still going on?
Parent coaching, not so much. It has turned into 100% relationship coaching. I released my first book at the end of last year called Why Am I Yelling? Because Relationships. And it is a foundational relationship book that talks about how by using the 5 essentials that I outline in the book, you can apply them to every relationship in your life. So the pivot has become relationship coaching and moving into relationship coaching for businesses and how you can strengthen your relationships for your clients, for yourself and your coworkers, and to really help remove the disconnect, because we're feeling very disconnected in our businesses and in our workspaces lately, thanks to technology and being able to work remotely and all of those things, and how to really bring that connection back into your workplace. So that's what I'm up to these days.
Oh, that's great. You've stocked the course. Where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you?
You can find me at whyamiyelling.com. Or follow me on every single social media outlet at Why Am I Yelling?
I know, I love the concept, and I said it back then, and I'll say it now. Give us the story behind Why Am I Yelling?
Well, Why Am I Yelling actually started out as a blog 9 years ago or 10 years ago. I don't even know now. And it really was just a fun hobby for me because I like to write. And so I was writing for a few years and went through some personal stuff with my career change and where I was in my life, and I wanted to make a change. And so I quit my 9-to-5 job that I'd had for a really long time and decided I wanted to be a professional life coach. And so I went back to school and did all the things and thought Why Am I Yelling was a really good name and a catchy title. And so I just kept it as my business name. And so now it is going to be, it's the title of my first book. It'll be the title of the subsequent books that follow. And it really is it's the umbrella of the brand, I guess, is what you'd call it.
It's a deep question, though. Like, I wonder, is yelling beneficial, or should we not yell when we are speaking to, specifically now, being relational, our spouses? Tell me, do you yell still?
So the funny thing about yelling is I like to put a positive spin on it. And so yelling for me is not negative. I am an Italian-American girl from New York City. So I have only one volume and it's called loud. So everybody thinks that I am yelling at them all the time. So for me, yelling, if you really think about it and sit back and think about all the ways that we yell when we are on the sideline cheering on our children at their sports events. We yell at concerts because we're having a good time. We yell because we've just achieved a milestone in our lives and we're excited that it's happening. I think that we yell, quote unquote, for more positive things than we do for negative things. Sure, I'm frustrated with my relationship, or sure, my kids are driving me crazy, or sure, I'm, unhappy at the moment and I'm yelling about that. But if you really sit back and take stock in your life and think about all the times you've been excited and had elevated blood pressure because of that, as opposed to all the times that you've not been excited and it's on the negative side, I think that you're going to come out with a much longer list on the positive. So yelling for me it's a positive word. Like, why am I passionate didn't really sound great for a business title or a blog, but I thought, yelling kind of sounded better and more catchier, and I could explain it in a way that kind of made sense to the audience.
It does pull for an explanation as well, where an individual can start a conversation as well, which is important. Conversations in your business is important.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, please explain to me what's that, Which brings us to the three themes I think I heard within that conversation, which is curiosity, definitely taking action, and self-love. It seems as though it's some things you focused on. When we first spoke, it was curiosity, like your friend shared it on Facebook and you connected and had that conversation. And then the follow through, the take action, you left corporate to then become the individual that did the work. And again, the self-love part, you left because you needed a better space in life, right?
Yeah.
Are you still doing those three things? And if so, okay, yes. So do you have any regrets? When you look back from now to then, do you have any regrets that you've stayed true to that?
Not one. No, because I think, the self-love part takes a little bit longer for a lot of us, especially women, because we are nurturers, and a lot of us are mothers. And so we just naturally tend to put ourselves on the back burner. So that took a little bit longer for me to wrap my head around and say, this is not a selfish thing for me to do. This is actually a selfless thing for me to do, be able to focus on myself, because if I'm healthy, mind, body, spirit, then everybody else is going to be healthy around me. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing the best for them. So yeah, I still am really big on all of those things. I think, when you're running a business or even in a relationship with whoever it is, a friend, a partner, a child, a teacher, somebody who you run into on a daily basis, if you are, taking action and you are, focusing on yourself and what you need in that moment, you can help do better for the people that you're with.
How has the people you're with been affected, your children and your husband?
I think we've all grown as individuals and as a family together. I do a lot of speaking now. So I'm doing group coaching and I'm doing some speaking engagements and stuff. And so my kids and my husband have to listen to me practice all the time. So they kind of know what it sounds like. But, I think it's fun when you least expect it, the things that you want to instill in your children or instill in the relationship that you're cultivating with your partner and your kids, when they are acting on the things that you are talking about. When, my little one says, Mom, it's really important for me to have this conversation with, my friend so-and-so because we have to have a kindness conversation, or I need to understand why he feels the way he feels. And it's okay to feel that way. And he needs to focus on himself and what he needs. And he's 7, right? So, And my 13-year-old is, teenagers are a little bit tricky. So you get them on a good day and it's fantastic. And you get them on a bad day and it's like, you have to move away and let them have their space. But with him too, I can see it when his leadership qualities as he's gotten older over the last few years, and just, how he projects himself as a person. And I think, as far as my marriage goes, I wrote this book and my husband has been nothing but proud of me and supportive of this journey that I've been on the last 4 or 5 years since I left my last job. So I think it has changed all of us in a good way.
Creating an atmosphere of positivity. You've done it. Well done.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying every day.
I think you've passed trying. I think trying is not really an active thing. I think doing surpasses trying. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yes. I think, action speaks louder than anything. And if you're showing the people and you're, making the time and taking the time and doing what you want to be doing, then everybody benefits.
Krista, I want to take the time now to say thank you so much for showing up as who you are. Way back on the podcast as episode 228.
So crazy.
You showed up. You showed up as who you were. You shared what you were going to attempt to do. You did it. And now we're having the conversation, looking back over what you've accomplished. The foundation of the podcast, which for me I'm very proud of being able to share with you this space of time to record and have this conversation to show that you are doing what you said you're doing, what is true to who you are. So again, thank you for that, Krista Rizzo. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Oh, I think just keep doing you. And as long as you're having fun, I'm all about fun right now. I feel like we need more fun in our lives. And so I'm declaring this the summer of fun. So do something fun for yourself or with somebody that you care about every single day, or for somebody else. Like, just be spontaneous and just try to have more fun in your life, because a lot of us are missing that, or we're putting it on the back burner and we're not prioritizing it. So for now, let's have some more fun.
I love it. Would you believe fun was my word for today? So
I love it. Look at that.
I'll take a picture and send that for you just to prove it, right?
I would love it.
Wonderful. Krista Rizzo, again, thank you, my friend, for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.